Maguire comes 3 wide as the move was made by Piece of My Heart on the back of Christy Maguire, now 3 wide with cover. Mark will beat you 3 back on the inside, then El Promise, Ava Rose and Living by Chance, 32 and 3 the opening quarter. As Christy Maguire comes down to the bell, works on to the lead, but Piece of My Heart wants a play for that lead now as they work the stables corner their final time. 2.5 colour-coded, Better Race, then Jubilee Princess, Everlasting Grace. Mark will beat you the inside of El Promise, Ava Rose and Living by Chance. Piece of My Heart, the favourite, takes over. 800 metres left to go, 29 and 2 the second quarter. Better Race up to its wheel a length away. Christy Maguire now trailing for the Magic Man, Morris McHenry. Everlasting Grace again, 1-1, then colour-coded El Promise. Jubilee Princess has got the shuffle up against the pegs on the outside of it. Mark will beat you. Then Ava Rose and back last, Living by Chance. 500 left to go in the opener. The Laura Ferguson Trust, off the back they come. Piece of My Heart by 3/4. Better Race. Christy Maguire waiting the passing lane. Everlasting Grace has had a gorgeous run in transit, then colour-coded. El Promise, Mark will beat you. Jubilee Princess, Ava Rose and Living by Chance, 31 and 2 was the third quarter. Piece of My Heart for home, only narrowly over Better Race and Christy Maguire the passing lane. Everlasting Grace springs out of the 1-1 and then El Promise. Christy Maguire gets under Piece of My Heart. Down the outside, Better Race, Piece of My Heart. Better Race, Christy Maguire, colour-coded. Down to the line they come. Piece of My Heart, I think, will just scrape in here. The favourite only just, I reckon. From on the inside of it, Christy Maguire and out wide a Better Race. Colour-coded El Promise, Everlasting Grace all close up. They were followed by Jubilee Princess. Further back was Ava Rose. Mark will beat you. And last over will be Living by Chance and 245.1. 28.1. It's a photo finish. And Piece of My Heart. And a very tight photo here with Christy Maguire. Better Race down the outside. The three of them locked in battle to the line. Let's have a look if the favourite does just scrape in. I would say yes. Only just though. Piece of My Heart. Nervous times for favourite backers, but she'll just get in here, I reckon, over Christy Maguire. And down the outside then to a Better Race and the Laura Ferguson Trust Mobile Pace, a 3-way go to open the night.
Official placings, race 1, the Laura Ferguson Trust Mobile Pace. These placings subject to an inquiry. 827654. 827654. Horse 8, Piece of My Heart, paced the 2200 metres in 245.13. It's a mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.8. Last 859.3 and the 428.1. The margins are nose, a half neck. 827654, race 1, Laura Ferguson Trust Mobile Pace, subject to an inquiry.
First call tonight for Judge Graham McLennan goes the way of the favourite 8, Piece of My Heart, as we await for information on the inquiry. Raced by Miss Tony McMullen along with L.R. Campbell, D.L. Campbell, L.J. Goldsmith and R.S. Toman. Art Major Brown, 3-year-old filly out of Highfields Diamond, bred by Chris and Tina Barlow. Scott Phelan doing the driving for Steve Telfer and Chris Garlick, the trainers out of Papakura. Back at the head of the field, greeted by Alan Hooker from the Laura Ferguson Trust, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward David Turner. 2, Christy Maguire. Christian Cullen Bay, 3-year-old filly out of Soki Sunday, raced by Mrs. Ann Cooney, Frank Cooney, Tate Hopkins, trained at Taupaki, Morris McHenry. Ladies and gentlemen, the inquiry is into the winner. So the inquiry is into the winner, ladies and gentlemen. 7 Better Race, Better's Delight, Classic Ace Bay, 3-year-old filly. Woodland Stud Partnership, Kieran Reid, Andy Ellis, RJ Taylor, D. Hewitt, the owners, David Carr, trained at Cambridge, Zach Butcher. So the inquiry is into the winner, into the first event tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll certainly keep you updated with the proceedings there with the inquiry into the first. Totes won't be too far away from coming through on the first. And provisionally number 8, Piece of My Heart, $1.60, $1.30. $1.60, $1.30. 2, Christy Maguire, $1.40, $1.40. 7 Better Race at $6.40, $6.40. Quinella, $6 even, $6. Trifecta, $107.50. $107.50 in the first 4, $1,271.80. $1,271.80. The inquiry, possible interference in the home straight here, ladies and gentlemen. So into the first horse, number 8, Piece of My Heart.
Them all. Smash Allegro gets to the lead from Allegro Class and the Blue Brothers. They serve it up in front. They'll be followed around then by Dole Parts. Around the outside of that then to Corborn. Tip back in the field to 10.1. Botany Dave can't win from back there. Nor can Mitre loose for a power token. Across the top they come here. It's Smash Allegro in front of Allegro Class. Corborn Tip starting to close in on them. Get back the others. Up they come. Still holding is Smash Allegro. Smash Allegro scores. Corborn Tip gets the second. Allegro Class is third. A power token got to fourth. Behind those runners to Dole Parts, Botany Dave never in the act. Further back 10.1, My Little Lucifer. Smash Allegro off the outside. Further enhances his record around here. He's won 6 from 7 from 8 on the track now. In front here, Allegro Class trying hard. Just starting to battle. Corborn Tip just switched up, ran across heels there and charged down the outside to split the pair at the line. Smash Allegro scores from Corborn Tip. Allegro Class, and running into fourth, Opawa Token from Dole Parts, who showed good speed off the traps. Into the first bend here, the 7 came right across, and it opened it up nicely here for Smash Allegro, and Allegro Class has copped a fair bump going to the first bend, was still good enough to recover, get to second spot around that corner, and from there they sped away with Corborn Tip managing to gun down Allegro Class late, but Smash Allegro in for another win here on this track and makes it 8 from 13 overall. In the end, it's 8, 6, 4, 2, then 7, 9, 1 and 5. 30.58 the winning time, 11.79 the run home, 2 1/4 lengths by half a length by 4 1/2 lengths. The margin, Smash Allegro by collision out of Hi-Fi Allegro, raced and trained by Lisa Ahern of Palmerston North, and their second win of the night. And just back to their first winner, incidentally, and that was in the Class 2 sprint final, Trendy Boy. Aidan, unfortunately, the dog does have a hock injury. As to its severity at this stage, probably too early to tell. He was actually quite awkward. I watched the replay going into the lure, so he might have actually picked it up there as he took a chomp on the lure. Anyway, hopefully he won't be out for too long, we'll see, but a hock injury for Trendy Boy. Race number 7 on the card gets place 6 underway here, Aidan, at 6:57.
Good on you, Mark. Thanks for that. And your nice win too there. Greyhounds continuing on from that form line from the video race we showed you prior to the race. 30 seconds out from the 7th to go at Scone. The favourite here is Pro Consul. Wide gate to overcome, though, at 2:21.30 at 3:30 and 2:50 for Robert Thompson, 4:60 for Soapy Star, 8:50 for Double Halo. Let's get you on track. 1,300 metres ahead of them in the 7th at Scone.
So about half the field to come up now.
Yep. One to go. Does Duke check the...
Visitor with Jackson Morris aboard, about to get set. Soapy Star coming up with Hathras. Okay, Jace, good race coming up here. Open handicap. Don't see too many of them on the country tracks, and it's been well supported. Good size field and plenty of depth to it. Hathras moves into line. First up since August. He competed in the BMW and the Chairman's 2 preps ago. So back to try and get back into form first up. He has been placed twice in 3 goes fresh, and he's 1 for 1 on a heavy. He's $13. He's 10 out to 12 on track, but he certainly creates interest. He did win a race at Warwick Farm over the same trip by 9 lengths, and that got him right into contention for the BMW that year. So last 2 getting set. Here's the heavily backed Pro Consul to come up and complete the line, and will be set. All in now. Light goes on. Arrowfield Tarrangower handicap. Set. Racing. Are You Sure missed the start by a length. No speed from Scuzzy Muller as well. Sly Lou left quickly, going forward on the outside as Mr. Nico, and not too far away is Bottled Up. Settling down in 4th spot is Strata Lodge, and then followed by Double Halo. Soapy Star behind those, Black Jacket in about 6th spot, and Pro Consul's been able to slot in 1 off the fence. Then followed Indian Trader, Speed's Good, My Man of War a length away, then Quest for Peace and Hathras. 3 lengths away, Scuzzy Muller, and last of all is Are You Sure? Down the side, 700 to run. Sly Lou by Nectar Bottled Up. In 3rd spot, Mr. Nico. A length away, 4 Strata Lodge. Double Halo 5 at the 600. Then followed My Man of War, who will be very deep when they straighten. Soapy Star trying to take some shortcuts. Likewise, Quest for Peace. Then followed Indian Trader. Hathras a mile back with Scuzzy Muller, and Are You Sure? Mr. Nico went up and took the lead from Sly Lou and Bottled Up. Soapy Stars got through in the middle. Strata Lodge is coming out deeper with Pro Consul, and Double Halo's getting through. Soapy Star closest to the fence. Strata Lodge the extreme outside with Pro Consul. Strata Lodge hit the front with 100 to go. Pro Consul a neck away, and then Soapy Star. It's Strata Lodge just in front. Pro Consul dived and got it. Pro Consul beat Strata Lodge third Soapy Star and fourth Double Halo. Then My Man of War, Mr. Nico, Are You Sure? Quest for Peace, A Break, Discussy Moolah, Hathras, Bottled Up, Indian Trader, and towards the tail end, Sly Lou. 8th, the winner, Pro Consul, heavily backed. 220, 130, has just done a bit the better than 13 Strata Lodge, 360, and 5 Soapy Star, 180. Stand by for the numbers after race number 7. 8 will be the winner, Pro Consul. Robert Thompson for Greg Bennett. Number 8's the winner, Pro Consul, 220 and 130 in 119.51. Strata Lodge will be second.
Yeah, nice win too, wasn't it, from Pro Consul? And this one, Robert Thompson, with a lovely ride from Widegate for trainer Greg Bennett. No result through just yet. We'll have that after the break here on TAB Trackside 1. We'll also be at Alexandra Park.
Ohoka punter, New Zealand Derby winner 2013.
He's a half length away for the big Mostel Connor. It's Ohoka punter. He's the toughest tonight. Ohoka punter, another Derby for Tony Hurley.
A Dormee New Zealand Filly of the Year and 5-time Group 1 winner.
At 3, she's a princess, but this girl is already a harness racing queen. And a Dormee won it and beat Splendour, and I think...
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. We're about 5 minutes out from race number 2 tonight for the invited drivers. I can tell you no change to placings in race number 1. No change to placings in the first. Scary McCleary, favourite in race number 2 tonight. Opened at $9 on the book this morning, into $4. Caught up with Josh Dickey earlier in the night, and this is what he had to say about the stable runner. Thanks for your time tonight, Josh. You've got 5 in tonight. Of course, they're going to drive the last 2. The first 3 will be the invited drivers series. Race number 2, talk about your 2 trotters here. One that really interests me, Scary McCleary. Of course, he was a former pacer. Had a 1 here at the workouts on Saturday. Inform the viewers on how his preparation's coming along.
Yeah, I've been pretty pleased with him. I've probably only had him about 2 months now. He's probably spent nearly 3 years with David Thorne over in Sydney, been trained at Menangle, and he's done a great job over there. He's won nearly 200,000. He's class free for all as a pacer, and he sort of reached his mark as a pacer. Kept going round and round and wasn't with no result, and because he was such a good trotter and work, they decided to have a crack, and anyway they got him trotting. They qualified in about 1 mile and 57, and because he was free for all pacer, he was marked as a free for all trotter, so they give him 1 start and he took no part, and this is the reason why he's in New Zealand. He's come back as a maiden trotter, and I think it's definitely worth a go.
That's what the viewers probably don't know. It's a different system over there than what we have here. Of course, we've seen many pacers in New Zealand come back after winning races as a pacer, but they come back as maiden trotters. Over there, if you won 16 races as a pacer, you come back as an open class trotter. Yeah, well, that's dead right. And one of the reasons why I did take him, a lot of the viewers might know a horse called Master Zion in Australia, and I'm not saying he's anything like him, but I mean he had to race free for all trotter after being a free for all pacer, and he ended up winning a Group 1. Like it just showed you how good he was. But it's a tough system. But over here he's got a good life expectancy. He's certainly going to get a good crack at the the maidens and whatnot after that. Yeah. Tell me your gut feeling tonight. I thought he trotted up quite nicely against the CN2-3 trotters here on Saturday. Safe beginning tonight. Is he up to winning first up at the park?
Yeah, I do think he's up to winning. I think he's quite a nice trotter, to be honest with you. I think he's got a bit of a future, but tonight is a question mark. He's still not 100% from trotting away. He is getting there. He's got the right attitude to do it, so that's in his favour. Also in his favour is his driver. He also used to drive him when he was with Tony Barron. I can't argue with that, but if he doesn't do things right tonight, it's just so be it. We'll come back next week and we'll just keep going.
Stablemate Queen D starts from the outside of the front. Missed away last start. Thought it trialled okay prior to that, and Zach Butcher takes the drive.
Yeah, she's a nice mare, this one. She's still going to take another couple of runs. I was pretty impressed with her first run. She had a gallop around the first bend and still managed to run midfield. I think the bookies have sort of got away on her a wee bit. She is one of those ones flying under the radar, and we do think that she can trot through the grades in time, and she's definitely better than a maiden trotter.
That's Josh Dickey's thought on his two stable runners in race number 2, and we'll catch up with him later in the program to talk about his other reps. I really did like Scary McCleary. I liked the $9 this morning more than the $3.90 now, I can tell you that. But of course, he won 16 as a pacer. He trialled here on Saturday, as I said, against the Class 2 and 3 trotters. And gee, he trialled up nicely. Now, the manners are the key. He is a risk because he's got limited mileage under the belt as a trotter, but he trotted 157 in Australia. He's got the ability, he's just got to do it right. And I think with that man Dexter Dunn aboard, who has driven on many occasions, I think he can win race number 2 tonight. I think the horse on screen at the moment, it's a big danger. San Diego Love. Tony Hurley takes the drive for Errol Downey. Big chance of running in the money. Lucky Fortune for Andrew and Lynn Neal. Blair Orange aboard. And 9 Queen D. I put it in my top 4 is the best value in the race. So I marked them 5, 10, 4 and 9. Aaron White, as I come to you, 16 race winner is a pacer. Scary McCleary makes his debut trotting tonight.
Yeah, we've seen some good pacers convert to the trotting game, haven't we, over the years? And good luck to the team too with Scary McCleary. I've left him out of my 4 tonight. I've gone the way of 10, 4, 8 and 3. Lucky Fortune for me. The Bryland boys, 4-year-old Blair Orange doing the driving for Andrew and Lynn Neal has been given a freshen up. We've put in the 4, San Diego Love. She just continues to improve with racing. Tony Hurley to drive tonight. The 8, Pippa Middleton up from the South, Philip Butcher for the Hopes. And 3, Philadelphia H was a game 3rd last time at Cambridge. 10, 4, 8 and 3, just a special. Red light on. Direct Security Services invited drivers trot. First of the Island of Origin series. And the Square Gators face up to starter Frank Phelan. So they face up to the starter now. First heat of the Island of Origin 2014 and the Barrier Strand releases. And they're often trotting, and the early wicket comes out strongly. Off stride early, there was Scary McCleary getting out to fast. Springfield Hugh and San Diego Love, La Maitre D, followed by Pippa Middleton, making ground on the inside. Philadelphia H between those is Chosen Path. Now the early wicket on the first corner's galloped, as to Queen D. Lucky Fortune's back with Honakiwi Don. Scary McCleary back down and trotting, but some 10 lengths off the back of Honakiwi Don. 1,800 metres left to go. And into the back goes San Diego Love and the Iceman Tony Hurley away by 2.5. Springfield Hugh in the trail for Mark Jones. Sitting out Park La Maitre D and Jim Curtin. 3 back on the inside Philadelphia H and Jared O'Reilly currently in the 1-1 Chosen Path and Scotty Phelan. 1.5 lengths away then to Pippa Middleton and Phil Butcher. 2 or 3 lengths back then to Lucky Fortune and the postman Blair Orange. Back on the inside then to Honakiwi Don and the Southern captain Ricky May. Further back in the field then to Scary McCleary and Dexter Dunn. With that was the early wicket and Peter Ferguson, the Northern captain. And back with those is Queen D and Zach Butcher. Lead time in 50.1. Direct Security Services invited drivers trot into the home straight they come. San Diego Love trotting along fluently in front. In the trail Springfield Hugh, La Maitre D Park 31 and 9 the opening quarter. Chosen Path 1-1 Philadelphia H 3 back on the inside. 1.5 lengths Pippa Middleton racing on the outside of Honakiwi Don. They're followed by Lucky Fortune as they work the stables corner their final time. 8 lengths away then to Scary McCleary. To its outside then was the early wicket and Queen D back last. 800 metres left to go. San Diego Love second quarter in 30.4 leads by a length. On the outside La Maitre D and trailing is Springfield Hugh 1-1 Chosen Path. Philadelphia H all dressed up start, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside of Pippa Middleton, then Honakiwi Don. Lucky Fortune will start to look to get into the race now as the moves ahead will start shortly. 500 left to go, and further back Scary McCleary, 500 to go. San Diego Love trots boldly off the back for the Iceman. Over La Maitre D and Springfield Hugh coming out of the 1-1 Chosen Path, third quarter in 30.2. They're followed by Lucky Fortune starting to circle runners, then Pippa Middleton. San Diego Love for home, leads by 2 in the trail. Springfield Hughes, Gallop, La Maitre D, Chosen Path, and here's Lucky Fortune letting down strongly. Lucky Fortune down the outside for Blair Orange on the inside. San Diego Love, it's all Lucky Fortune though, and comes away for the postman. He delivers in the first of the Island of Origin series. Second over was San Diego Love for Tony Hurley and Chosen Path. Scotty Phelan I think will just get third. Scary McCleary's rocketed home on the inside to be in a photo fourth with Pippa Middleton. They were followed La Maitre D, Philadelphia H. Further back was Honakiwi Don. They were followed in by Queen D, the early wicket, and Springfield Hugh after a late gallop on the corner. He'll be the last one in 252.1, and a final quarter of 29.3 sat out the back. Let loose in the home straight. Oh, he's a nice trotter this one too. Lucky Fortune, son of Bryland Boys, Blair Orange in. Second over will be San Diego Love and the Iceman Tony Hurley. They were followed Chosen Path, and in fact home for fourth will be Pippa Middleton down the outside, and Philip Butcher. The South strike with the win, the North though second, third and fourth. They accumulate plenty of points in the first of our invited drivers series for the 2014 Island of Origin. Too good though, number 10 Lucky Fortune.
Official placings, race 2, the Direct Security Services Invited Drivers Trot. 10-4-2-8-5-7. 10-4-2-8-5-7. Horse 10, Lucky Fortune, trotted the 2,200 metres from a stand. 252.16. It's a mile rate of 25.9. Last 859.6 and the 429.3. The margins 3 lengths, 2 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 10-4-2-8-5-7. Race 2, the Direct Security Services Invited Drivers Trot.
Lovely win by Lucky Fortune to come back at the head of the field, raced by Andrew Neal. Bryland Boys 4-year-old Chestnut Gelding out of Howes Lucky. Lucky Fortune bred by the Timses, Mrs. RG along with BR, and its career win 2 tonight at start 6 for Lucky Fortune. Back at the head of the field, trained by Andrew and Lynn Neal at Cambridge. Blair Orange doing the driving. Darryl and Rhiannon Bolton down there for Direct Security Services, part of the victory celebrations. Auckland Trotting Club steward Paul Barry was also in attendance. Second over 4, San Diego Love, the Love You, San Invasion Bay 5-year-old mare, raced by EH and RC Downey. Errol Downey trained at QMU and Tony Hurley. 2 Chosen Path, Continental Man Camera Shy, 6-year-old bay gelding, raced by SC Bavin, NM Bavin, along with Miss A. Pearson and R.O. Painter. Ross Painter trained at Carapiro, and Scott Phelan. Lucky Fortune, $3.30 and $1.50. $3.31.50. 2 San Diego Love at $2.20. $2.20. 2 Chosen Path, $7.50. $7.50. Quinella, $11.60. $11.60. Trifecta, $375.40. $375.40. First 4, $1,609.40. $1,609.40. Opening double, 8 and 10, $5.60, $5.60, 8 and 4 concession, $4 even, $4.
Led all the way to win the first leg, and 5, Wairoa, in a longer race, led all the way to win the second leg. So 2 dominant and clear-cut wins in the first 2 legs of the quaddie. 2 into 5 are the numbers you need to be alive. And the favourite here is Running Bull. 250, peaked at 290, back into 280. Clear-cut favourite ahead of Bon Rocket, who's been 6 out to 7. There's been a small bit of specking for a couple of runners, but nothing significant. No market mover here for the second last as we head up to Birthday Boy to call it.
And a good race, this one. Running Bull just maps so well, you'd think he's going to be there to win the race. He did fail at this track at his first run. Maybe he needed the run, maybe he needed the blinkers that he got at his third run in. Moody wouldn't be backing him up here if he was worried about the track, so got to go with him. Bon Rocket's the queried runner. Ability-wise, he can easily beat these if he gets around the track. So we're just about set to go. $2.70 for Running Bull, $7 Bon Rocket, $8.40 Leadfoot, $9.40 Eye the World, $10 for Vet Trap, and $10 Providence. Beltonic's had specking $15. He's 14 into 12 on track. Let's Be a Star stood well. Beltonic, who's got a very sharp turn of foot at this track, about to move in. He draws wide out, however. All set. Showcase Racing. Race 7 from the synthetic here at Geelong. They're off. Sons of God flew the start. Jared Twist quick away. Bon Rocket near the inside going quickly. Then came making ground Running Bull. He'll be up second shortly. Millie's Man on the fence not far away. And Leadfoot on the inside also improving from Providence. Let's Be a Star. Then came Vet Rap getting back with Eye the World, Gold Cufflinks and Beltonic out 4 deep and last. Round the first bend, Sons of God in front, Running Bull sitting up second. A length and a half to Millie's Man coming away from the rail, and Leadfoot's improved. He's 4th on the fence now, 2 lengths away, Bon Rocket, Jared Twist, Let's Be a Star, Providence, Beltonic, Vet Rap, and last of all is Eye the World with Gold Cufflinks. 600 metres to run. Sons of God alighted and really put the tempo on now. Comes up to the bend by 2 lengths on Running Bull, yet to come off the bit. 2 lengths away is Millie's Man under pressure. Leadfoot the rail. Then Bon Rocket under the stick, but trying to make ground from Jarrow Twist. And Beltonic pulls to the outside. Running Bull in full cry now. Quickly storms up. Leadfoot's going to be a bit of a danger getting around his heels. Oliver hasn't gone for him yet. Running Bull in front. Leadfoot now a length away. Battling away Millie's Man. Running Bull in front extends. Strong to the line, Running Bull. And he's going to go home and win from a photo between Leadfoot and Nose in front of Millie's Man, maybe, and Bon Rocket 4th. Eye the World, Providence behind those. They were followed by Gold Cufflinks, Vet Rap, Jared Twist, Beltonic, well back pulling up Sons of God and Let's Be a Star.
Oh, no problem with the synthetic track today, always in the gun spot. Quickly beat off Sons of God when they straightened. The danger in the run was always going to be Leadfoot. You could hear it in Terry's voice that he was surprised he was so close. But then when he got out, he just couldn't ping as quickly today at the end of this shorter race as did the winner. But I think Connections would be very satisfied with that return. He's missed second, though. I think Millie's Man will get second. If you had the Quinella there, I think you'd be going to be a bit stiff. I think the bob has gone to Millie's Man. and it has number 12. Third in will be Leadfoot. So the numbers are 6, 12, 11 and 8, 6, 12, 11 and 8, and another on-pace dominated race. The leaders dropped out, but they were sort of second, third and fourth from the get-go, those three horses who run the placings. Luke Nolan winning on Running Bull for Peter Moody and confirming all the form around him. Okay, the winner didn't begin all that cleanly. He's in barrier 8, so he just bobs a bit, but he recovers quickly. And after that, no real problem. He recovered and quickly got up into second place.
Good win, wasn't it, from the favourite, and strong in front. And, yep, if you've followed the money, your bank account or your TAB account is looking a little bit more healthy. Race 7, meeting code 10, we're off to Wanganui, where Blue and Curly is the favourite here for Lisa Ahern. 180 and 115, 180 and 160 on the tote. The kennel mate, Miss Allegro, is expected to be the main danger at 6 and 180, at 650 and 170. There's a few here on the tote that do have support, like MBD at 760, that's at 12s with bookmakers, and Mr. Jimmy's at 10s, that's at 21, so we're overs on both of those. We're going to have a look at Blue and Curly from our video file, so we'll go back and have a look at this greyhound in action, and the run that we want to show you is this one.
Flow, Blue and Curly up beside that. They'll be followed around the outside then by Crystal Wave. Back and behind these runners then to Trident. Back with that as they come to the corner, we've got Mr. Jimmy, Lost and Light, Thrilling Charlie. Blue and Curly blows to the lead now. Trying to come after it would have been Crystal Wave. Sterling Dan, and driving home is Trident. Down to the line, Blue and Curly wins easily. Nice second there for Crystal Wave, and Trident got to third ahead of Sterling.
Yeah, that was a win at 1 or 2 earlier on this week, and Blue and Curly did it pretty well that day, and expected to do much the same. The form prior had been a little bit indifferent, but has won 13 from 40 starts. One interesting factor about this greyhound is it's making its debut over this distance at Wanganui tonight, if my TAB form line is right. Is that right, Mark? It says 22 starts for 5 wins and 7 starts on the track, but first go over the 305 at Wanganui.
Yeah, it's spot on, Aidan. It's a surprising statistic. I actually went and checked that it was absolutely correct through his race card. He did qualify here over the trip. He's had 40 starts since, and he's won 5 from 8 sprints, but they've been across at Palmerston North over the 375 metres, and his wins here on the track have come over 520 metres. He's a good quality dog, and he dropped out of Class 5. He was messing with some pretty big boys. Ran 4th in a Wanganui Cup heat. It was actually a good run because he showed plenty of early speed. And then, unfortunately, in the Wanganui Cup consolation, he fell. He dropped back to a sprint Class 4 Monday, and he dealt them there. And I'd expect him to do the same again, despite not having raced here over the 305 metres since his qualifying run. The 8 there, MBD. Now, I thought she'd been unlucky in a couple of starts going into last week, and she never got into the race from box 7, but she did downgrade. And that's got to help her, so she's a chance out wide tonight in the field of Class 4s. The 7 Crystal Wave has placed a couple of times from box 7 recently for Bill Hodgson. Sterling Dan, number 3, a recent downgrader, ran a solid enough 4th behind Blue and Curly on Monday. Appeared to have his chance, but now that he's back with the Class 4s, he's a chance for Nathan. Nathan's also got Mr. Jimmy in the race off box number 2. He's on the verge of a downgrade. I'd look to him in Class 3. He did pick up a middle distance win 4 starts back on the track. He has won a sprint before at Addington in Class 1 company, but pretty moderate time, so you'd expect him to be just a wee bit slow for the Class 4 field that he faces here. Miss Allegro, now she steps up from Class 3 to Class 4, gets an awkward draw, but she's 5 from 9 on the track, and she is a sister to the previous winner in Smash Allegro, and it's a quality litter, the Collision Hi-Fi Allegro team, so she's certainly capable of getting into this, but she is stepping up in class. Glen Addis is another that's downgraded recently, and she ran a good race last week in Class 4 behind Corborn Burn. She's nearly 5 years old, so in the twilight of her career. Homebush Crash now comes in off the ballot into box 5, and at his best he'd win this, but just isn't at the moment. He's not jumping. To the traps, the Liquorland Wanganui, place 6 gets underway here. First leg of a double and a treble, and up goes Blue and Curly, box 1, Sterling down in the 3. Homebush Crash has the 5 in the green and white, and Crystal Wave out in box number 7. Second line going forward, Mr. Jimmy, Miss Allegro, Glenettis, and MBD the outside. Blue and Curly $1.80. Let's see how he jumps off the inside. Around comes the Bunny Descent. Racing Blue and Curly, beaten to the jump here by Glenettis, who accelerates across. Blue and Curly trying to get underneath it. They'll be followed through then by Homebush Crash, nice and handy today, and has found the rail as well. They'll be followed back in the race then by Crystal Wave. Miss Allegro's got back as they swing the corner well back in the race. Sterling Dan, Mr. Jimmy, up they come. Blue and Curly too fast. Homebush Crash is second. Glenettis home for third. They'll be followed out wider on the track then by Crystal Wave, and a wee bit closer in would have been Miss Allegro. Sterling Dan was well back when they crossed, and so too was Mr. Jimmy and MBD. Blue and Curly justifies the strong support and wins. It's a bonus run, bonus win in this grade, and he'll be bounced back to the Class 5s, and he's up with them as well. Glenettis jumped beautifully. Didn't cross right to the round, and Blue and Curly got through. Homebush Crash a lot handier tonight, and this might give him a wee bit of confidence here as he gets underneath Glenettis. Miss Allegro back midfield with Crystal Wave. As they run to the corner, Blue and Curly just blows away second half of the race in pretty smart time, you would think. Much better Homebush Crash tonight than Glenettis. Still life in the old legs there, and Crystal Wave rounds out the first 4 ahead of Miss Allegro. Head-on shot, just an okay beginning from Blue and Curly. Lots of speed shown by Glenettis. You'll see, though, as Glenettis starts to work across, that she doesn't cross down onto Blue and Curly, so he pushes through. Homebush Crash was trying to spare between them, and Miss Allegro just checked off the hind quarters of Homebush Crash going into that first bend. The winner, Blue and Curly, a brindle dog by Magic Spike out of Rosiana Bell. Talking of good litters, cap off Syndicate Own, and Lisa Ahern of Palmerston North gets your third win of the night. 1, 9, 6, 7, then 4, 3, 2, and 8. 17.47. That's sharp. Tonight the track hasn't been running especially fast. 10.24 run home. 3 1/4 lengths by 3 1/4 lengths by 1 length. The margins in race 7. Glenn Quirk bringing Blue and Curly back at the head of the field. Race 8, another Class 4 sprint, the Crombie Lockwood. Time to go at 7:19.
Good on you, Mark. Thanks for that. And this greyhound, pretty good form at the moment, isn't it? Bring you that result through shortly. Race 3, meeting code 5, the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile Pace. Next to these, and Zach Butcher. I guess these are drawn, Craig, so luck of the draw, but he's got the $1.35 pop in Te Kawa.
He's got a pretty good book of drives tonight, Aiden. Of course, he's got Bruno Palliard later on in the trot. Te Kawa here, $1.45 this morning into $1.35. He's a very good horse, and I expect him to probably win race number 3 tonight. I caught up with Zach earlier in the night. Had to talk to him about his book of drives, and this is what he had to say. Nice to have you on track tonight, Zach. Reflecting on last season, 72 wins, a good season for you?
Yeah, I was wrapped with it. You know, at the end of the day, I achieved all the goals that I wanted to, and I think that's the biggest thing. So pretty happy with it all round, and hopefully we can repeat it again this season.
Mate, just quickly on what's happening this season. I understand you're going to join us on the box seat starting in October, along with you and Dexter, and you're into a challenge over a 12-week period. I understand the first challenge is going to be a cooking challenge. How do you go at that, mate?
Yeah, they say I'm the Ramsay of my generation, so it's looking good, and they reckon Dexter can't cook for anything. So hopefully all goes well. I've been sprucing up a few ideas already, so if I cook a good meal, I'll win, and it'll look good on TV. Well,
they tell me you can't boil an egg, so you're a big chance. Tonight, gets to the serious stuff. First of your drives, race 3, Te Kawa. He's come up $1.50 favourite this morning, but probably justified on his last start effort.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think it's a wee bit of a drop back for him. Not saying it's a bad field, but he's a pretty nice horse, and on his day, he's probably a length better than a few of those. So, you know, hopefully all going well, I'll get the right run, and he should be too good for them.
He's dropping back from racing Sia Mac last start, and of course he was heading to the Breeders' Crown. So, yeah, it is a drop back from him. The second row's never a bad draw here.
No, Dead Riders saves the burn early, and he can just follow them through, and we can make our move after that. You know, we might not have to. We can just sit in and bomb them if we want. But, you know, with a horse like him, you've got options in a race like that.
A very confident Zach Butcher, and rightly so too, of course. Yes, that challenge for the box seat, Dexter Dunn and Zach Butcher. Will be good to having them joining us in October. It'll be over 12 weeks, and Zach Butcher very confident that he'll beat Dexter Dunn in the cooking contest. Race number 3 tonight, Te Kawa's $1.40, and deservedly so. He's a big bloke. Gee, massive horse by Bettor's Delight. Very good behind Siamak last start, and his first up run was excellent behind Siamak as well. So to the second row, he follows out Royal Taz. He should punch through from the second row, and I think it'll be the one to win here. You've got to find some value outside him. I thought Priscilla's Girl was really good in defeat last start. I know people will say, hey, she was $1.80, she should have won, but I got a last mile of 156. She had to come from a long way back. Ran home in 57 seconds. It was a really good run, and she's drawn the second row. She'll punch through, following Tikao everywhere, and she's the main danger. She's a good place bet at 220. So for me, it's 11 and 12. Royal Taz from the inside draw's going to posse up handy. Tony Hurley takes the drive on his stable rep, and of the rest, I thought Debs Powell gets in here as a claimer, but racing very well. Set them alight in 3:18 2 starts ago over the 2700, and the run behind Winston P last start had merit. Probably a first four chance, not a winning chance, but Debs Powell racing well, and Scott Phelan takes the drive. I thought 11 a special, 12, 2 and 8 the dangers in race number 3. Of course, there is a head-to-head. Gerard O'Reilly against Zach Butcher, and Zach Butcher's been backed quite heavily in that head-to-head. I think they had about a $2,000 bet on Zach Butcher this afternoon, the bookmakers, in that head-to-head over Gerard O'Reilly. 2K, yes it was, in the head-to-head. Of course, there is another head-to-head on the Drivers' Challenge as well. Larger bets placed this afternoon. 7,000 on Tikao to win today. So big money on Tikao here, 7,000. 3,000 on Just a Light later in the program, and 5,000 on Huey Green, who trot up very nicely here on Saturday. $5,000 on him later in the program. We'll keep you informed on the large bets as they come through here on Trackside 1. Aaron White, as they come to you, he's a very big horse with a very bright future, Tikao.
Lovely horse, isn't he? Back into this company. I think he's a winner. He's one of my bets of the night too. Zach Butcher, Stephen Doody over the 2 Royal Taz. Certainly has the game to press Tikao. Tony Hurley, the Iceman, does drive his own horse in the invited drivers' second heat here. The 12 Priscilla's Girl, we know how classy she is for the Jones boy. And 6 Debs Powell, Scotty Phelan doing the driving there. 11 a special, 2, 12 and 6.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. For you tonight in pick 6, is there a possible anchor?
I do like Just a Light, Craig and League number 4, race 8 on the program. Leanne's Boy, big fan of Leanne's Boy. If I was looking for an anchor, maybe one of those two.
Yeah, I tend to concur with you with Just a Delight. I thought she's a very good bet tonight. She was 190. I think she's out to 210 tonight, 210 at the moment. And I thought Huey Green's work here on Saturday, defeating race rival She Don't Love Me, was very, very good. And I know the stable have a bit of opinion on Huey Green. Maurice McKendry will take the drive in the last, and I think if you had to go short, he wouldn't be the worst anchor in the last. The in behind the mobile for race number 3 tonight, the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile Pace.
Taking the runners in behind the mobile gate for the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile, the yellow bar arm, bringing them on to the 2,200 metres. Tikao to start the short price, $1.40 favourites. Beautiful type by Better's Delight. He's drawn to the second row. Zach Butcher doing the driving. Into the lane they come. Just about there, starter Frank Phelan activates the green light, and the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile Pacer go, and Golden Delight from the outside of the arm races straight across the face of the field and takes the early lead. Debs Powell's an early galloper. Our Southern Man's got the trail as they work the first corner there, followed by Royal Taz, who just works away from the pegs there, 1.5 to 2 lengths away in the field, then to Winstone P. To its outside was Take the Hint there, followed by Tikao. Then came Liz Delight, American Angel to his inside. Back in the field, Viewfield Apache, Priscilla's Girl, and Debs Powell after the early gallop is now on a break of 6 lengths. So down the back they go, and Royal Taz takes it up for the Iceman, Tony Hurley. Leads 1.5 lengths in the trail, Golden Delight and Dexter Dunn as they run the lead time in 43.5. Third, Our Southern Man, Philip Butcher, 2 lengths away in the field, then to Winstone P on the inside for Jimmy Curtin. To its outside was Take the Hint and Ricky May, and here's Tikao coming forward, 3 wide on those for Zach Butcher. On its back there, Liz Delight and Todd Mitchell. They're followed by American Angel, Blair Orange. Priscilla's Girl looking to get into the race for the Jones boy, out 3 wide. Comes forward now for Mark Jones. Back in the field, Debs Powell on the inside for Scotty Phelan. And up on the outside, Viewfield Apache, Peter Ferguson, 31 and 6, the opening quarter. And the big boy from the CD takes over at the bell. Tikao his name, 31 and 6 was the the opening quarter of the Coca-Cola. Getting up to second now, Priscilla's Girl. There followed in the trail, Royal Taz. 1-1 Liz Delight out wide of Viewfield Apache. 3 back on the inside. With 900 left to go was Golden Delight. There followed Take the Hint, then Our Southern Man. American Angel looks to come forward. 3 wide on its back was Winstone P and Deb's Pal back last. 30-2 the second quarter. Takawa down the back. Leads narrowly. Priscilla's Girl right there. Royal Taz is trailing. Out 3 wide. Viewfield Apache no cover. Liz Delight 1-1. Golden Delight 3 back on the inside. Out 3 wide with cover. American Angel between runners. Take the Hint. Then came Our Southern Man there. Followed back in the field. Winstone P and Deb's Pal back last. 400 left to go. Third quarter in 30.7. And it's Takawa from Priscilla's Girl. Out wide of Viewfield Apache. Royal Taz waiting the passing lane. Takawa's travelling nicely though. He comes for home by half a length. Priscilla's Girl. Royal Taz for the passing lane. Then Liz Delight. Takawa Zach Butcher goes for the big boy now. He's a length. Priscilla's Girl. Royal Taz the inside. Takawa. He's going to get a well-deserved victory this campaign. The first of many, I reckon. Priscilla's Girl second. Royal Taz third. They were followed Golden Delight. Then Liz Delight further back in the field. Our Southern Man Take the Hint. Deb's Pal back in the field, as too was Winstone P. Back with those was American Angel and Viewfield Apache to be the last comfortably in 243.7, 27.3, just a sprint home. And this class act out of the CD, Takawa by Better's Delight in, beats Priscilla's Girl, a brave run second, Royal Taz for third, and Golden Delight will be the fourth.
Official placings, race 3, the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile Pace, 11-12-2, 8-4-5, 11-12-2, 8-4-5. Horse 11, Takawa, paced the 200 metres in 2:43.71. A mile rate of 1:59.7. Last 858.3, the 427.3. The margins 3/4 of a length ahead, 1 1/4 lengths. 11-12-2, 8-4-5. Race 3, the Coca-Cola Invited Drivers Mobile Pace.
Takawa comes back at the head of the field, raced by KR and Mrs. S.D. Farrier. Career win 6 at start 14 for this impressive type by Better's Delight, a brown 4-year-old gelding out of Halen Express, bred by the owners. Comes back at the head of the field. First of many wins, I reckon, too, for this campaign. Zach Butcher doing the driving for Palmerston North trainer Stephen Doody. Wayne Lowe down there representing Coca-Cola in the victory circle, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes in attendance. 12 Priscilla's Girl, game run second, Mark 3 Priscilla Bromack Bay, 4-year-old mare, raced by JP Green, Mrs. PC Green, Mrs. M.E. Green and Miss K.F. Green. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, Mark Jones and 2 Royal Taz for third. Royal Majesty, Nero's Baby, 4-year-old bay gelding for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Tony Hurley, the trainer and driver. 11 Takawa, $1.41.10, 141.10. 12 Priscilla's Girl at $1.70, 170. 2 Royal Taz at $1.40, 140. Quinella $4.40, 440. Trifecta $16.40, 1640. First 4 $93, 93. And the opening TAB treble on the numbers 8, 10 and 11, $9.30, $9.30.
Welcome back here to TV Trackside 1. We're off to Wanganui, as we said, race 8, meeting code 10, the Class 4 Crombie Lockwood. And this one over the 305 metres with 4.5 minutes out from start time. Favouritism with the couple from the inside, sharing $3.20 market leadership here. All the Milk at 321.45, Lost in Light, and 320 and 140. All the Milk's at 350 and 190 for the Clarks on the tote. Lost in Light for Lisa Rahun, just a touch longer at 5.10, now at 6.40 and 1.30, with money coming for Rebel City. Look at that. It was like $8 into $3, wasn't it? Have we got that right? The 7? Yeah, look at it. $8 into $3.90 and 1.40. That was just quite a move in one go. It's at $16 with bookmakers here. Did fall last time out, but had placed in its previous couple at 1 or 2. Then here at Wanganui, 2 starts back, a winner of 6 from 51 with just 2 wins from 20 starts, track and distance. 390, 140, that's a massive bet. Let's hope it's not a bad sell or anything, but it was a big move, halved in price, although to be fair, we haven't got huge amounts in these pools, $1,000, although the comparison to the $16 with the bookmakers is, yeah, that's it's stark, isn't it? Hit the mark at $6 and $2 there at Scone over Mad About You at $2.50 and Shadow in the Snow at $2.90. We're going to go and have a look at our video greyhound for this one, and that'll be here in the form of Lost in Light. It's running 6th there. It's in the green rug. It's back last at 1 or 2 this on Monday.
Back with that as they come to the corner, we've got Mr. Jimmy, Lost in Light, Thrilling Charlie. Blue and Curly blows to the lead now. Trying to come after it would have been Crystal Wave. Sterling Dan, and driving home is Trident. Down to the line, Blue and Curly wins easily. Nice second there for Crystal Wave, and Trident got to...
Okay, so Lost in Light, well, it's certainly well backed. 11 from 43. I look at a video like that and go, just got beaten up in Monday company and really had its chance. It goes to the other...
Under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. They're in behind the Elabar Arm. Brianna Bolton and the Flying Money Truck in the pink. Jeanette King. May the Horse Be With You in the purple. Lance King and Maverick in the green. Luke Roberts, Quack Banner in the yellow. Yvonne Harris and Good Golly in the orange. Green light flashes. Jewel Sulky Race go. And coming out strongly off the inside is the Flying Money Truck and Rihanna Bolton to take the early lead. In second will be Quack Banner and Luke Roberts, and moving forward up over on the outside. Now sitting out parked here was May the Horse Be With You, Janet King, further back in the field. In fact, no, Janet's back in the field. Back there too in the pink colours now was going to be the Flying Money Truck, and going up to a sit-out park was Maverick and Lance King. So into the back they go, and in fact Yvonne Harris and Good Golly to take up the lead here. Up on the outside, Lance King and Maverick. There followed then, coming forward, is the Flying Money Truck and Rhiannon Bolton. Back over on the inside then to Quack Banner and Luke Roberts, and up on the outside is May the Horse Be With You and Janet King. Off the back they come in the Jewel Sulky event, and running on to the lead is Maverick and Lance King, leading by just on a length the Flying Money Truck and Rhiannon Bolton on the outside. A nice run in the trail to Good Golly and Yvonne Harris up on the outside now with 1-1 cover. May the Horse Be With You and Janet King, and back last on the inside is Quack Banner and Luke Roberts. Into the home straight they come, 2.50 left to go, and they flatten for the run home, and it's Maverick, Lance King, the Flying Money Truck, Rhiannon Bolton down the outside, coming home strongly here. May the Horse Be With You, Janet King, and right through on the inside, Good Golly, Yvonne Harris. They hit it, and it Maverick and Lance King. Out wider was going to be May the Horse Be With You and Janet King, and back on the inside then Good Golly, Yvonne Harris, and Quack Banner and Luke Roberts. That'll be the last one to pace past. It's our Jewel Sulky event tonight, and piercing through to get the victory, the Flying Money Truck, safe and secure as always with the DSS. Gets the job done well. Michael Guerin's down there in the victory circle. He'll have a word to the drivers when they come back after this. The
half of the Auckland Trotting Club. What you just saw was not one of the races you can bet on. It's a corporate race. That's for the Jewel Sulkies. It's based on the races we see here every Friday night, and you're welcome to come along and try it yourself one time. Just get onto alexpark.co.nz. alexpark.co.nz. You can bring the friends, family, do it as a work thing, a corporate get-together. But the corporate racing here at Alexandra Park, we never have anybody who doesn't enjoy it. The winner tonight, Rhiannon Bolton, will try to chase a share of $40,000. That begins on race 5. If you're not sure how to attack that, just ask your JetBet operator for a quick 6, and they can get the computer to generate those selections for you. That aside, there's chances to take on the bookmakers. Again, those odds are available from the JetBet operators or on your smartphone under tab.co.nz. But we would ask that if you're betting with us on track, make sure you're for the night. Let's get some of the reaction to what's a bit of an adrenaline rush here with our winner, Rhiannon, sporting the red gumboots and has a big support crew here too. So this is Rhiannon Bolton. What did you make of that? Your first time having a steer around Alexandra Park. Was that as much fun as it looked?
I'll tell you what, I only found ever had. It was so thrilling. It was amazing.
It's funny when you think there's no money involved. Winning shouldn't mean that much, but it still counts, doesn't it?
Oh, it still counts. You've got to win.
Would you recommend it to anybody out there? Maybe a birthday present for the family or a corporate experience, something?
And it's not just a great experience, it gives you so much respect for what these guys do out here. You don't realise when you're up there watching just how intense it is, and hearing the horses breathing behind your shoulder, it's unreal. It's amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, you finished first. This young man over here went the fist pump even though you finished last. That's pretty ballsy. How I fold old guns.
Cheers.
Couple more drivers over here. Come over here. Come over here. What did you make of that? Was that fun?
That was awesome, mate. That was fantastic. I want to do that again.
You can't do it again because you only paid once. You guys,
for a charity.
Exactly. You guys bought this at an auction for a charity, so the money goes to a good cause. A little bit cold out here, but it's a hell of a lot of fun when you get out there.
That was awesome. Jeff did a great job. Got second, and I beat Jeanette, my wife, so that's it.
You beat your wife home?
Yeah, she was somewhere behind
Is this your lovely wife here in the purple?
Yes.
Come over here. You had a confession to make. You were last with a lap to go, and you were waving to the crowd, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
And hubby beat you home. He's going to be a pain in the arse about this all week.
Unfortunately, it's the same thing on the golf course.
Oh, no.
And I really get sick of it, to be honest.
Over here. Come over here, little orange person. Come over here.
Oh, okay.
What's your name?
Yvonne Harris.
Yvonne Harris. I'm Michael. How are you going?
Good, thanks.
Good. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, that was awesome.
Was it scary? Did you get scared?
Not at all.
You didn't get scared at all?
Not at all.
Okay. Are you enjoying yourself here?
Yep, loving it.
Are you going to go upstairs and have some wine now?
No, I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No.
You come to the wrong place.
You can't drink and drive.
Hey, thanks for coming to Alexandra Park.
No worries, thank you.
That's the corporate racing experience. If you want to know how you can do that with your friends, your family, the guys, enjoy yourself, but make sure you don't drive. We've got plenty of parking up the back. It's really secure. They do a great breakfast here in the morning from 7 o'clock. You can come back and pick the car up tomorrow. We are responsible hosts. Enjoy your night on the punt here at Alexandra Park. If you remember one name for the night, it's race 5, number 6, Voluntad. That's my tip. Race 5, number 6, Voluntad tonight. Good luck on the punt. Very shortly, the horses on the track for the 4th on the card with the voice of Alexandra Park, Aaron White.
Might have an edge in quality on most of these. Register unbeaten at the track certainly has to be respected, the mare trained by Heath Connors. Then Osolo Mio, who should jump and run and show a bit of heart. 1-8.
I don't have that footage to be able to bring to you for Billy Esprit, but can tell you about since running at Geelong. That was on the grass back on the 6th of March when running 8th. Prior to that, had 1 at Kilmore. The record's not bad, 2 wins from 8 starts to go with 4 minor placings, and you've got one of the top jocks going around, and Stephen Arnold in the saddle as well. The Dave Enright trained Crown, 6-year-old gelding by Hanson Ransom out of his Royal Highest mare, Royal Crown, in the field as well, and flying the flag for the Kiwi breds as the sole New Zealand bred in the race. Race 4, meeting code 5. Let's have another look at the market for you for Alexandra Park. The scruff for Philip Butcher at 351.50 remains a favourite, although My Mum's a Star at 470 and 120 for Ricky May is the tote favourite. Zach Butcher's got a long shot in here, an Equalay 20-metre mark, $31 with bookmakers.
Zach, you drive one for Adrian Matthews and Equalay tonight, probably one you don't know a lot about, but usually pretty reliable.
Yeah, did right. I watched it race around. Obviously, it's been around the track a few times and knows what it's doing, so...
Yeah, good to get the thoughts there of our man Zach Butcher. He's got his job in front of him here. The market suggesting this one's a really, well, an upset chance at best anyhow. Josh Dickey, we've spoken to him about one in this as well, have we?
Josh Creamy, first up win at the park after a short layoff. Did that surprise you?
Not really, no. We're really pleased with her workout the week before that, and she had showed when Dad was driving the last time that she can sort of trot along a bit. She was able to sort of trot to the front, and that's where she's, you know, if Blair can let her trot to the front would be nice. If not, that, you know, that's okay too. But, you know, I think she'd be better if she's in front and bowling along, and she'd give a good sight again.
Yeah, be looking forward to giving some instructions to Blair Orange too. I'm sure Josh Dickey trains this one. Creamy in partnership with his father John at their base at Cleveland. It was a pretty good win last time out at Alexandra Park as well when Tony Hurley had the reins that night. TVM back with us. Let's get you back on track to Geelong. The last of the 8, they're 2 minutes out.
Now back out to 290, and there's been good support for 2 against him. And they are O'Solomio 9 into 650 and Register 5 into 4. So no outright market mover here. There's been a few win today for us, but no outright market mover in the last. Good money at various stages for 1, for 5 and 8. No interest in the other 3. Show a bit of heart now gets out to 420. And that would be no surprise to the man I'm about to head up to for the last time this afternoon and repeat a very happy Hawaii to Terry Bailey.
Thanks, Shane. These runners at the start, and Billy Esprit runs the favourite. I wouldn't worry about that show. A bit of heart drift from 230 out to 420. 230 looked incredibly short. Crazy odds. Register certainly looked a value, $5 into 4. And so Osol Mio, who raced on Sunday at Bendigo, he banged his head against the gate, and he was eased out of the race after 200 metres. And he's a lovely big horse, but he needs to jump and get a bit of control of the race. Register can lead here if she wants. If Chris Simons elects to do that, she's very good around this track. But Billy Esprit, I thought he looked great in the riderless. Show a bit of heart, hasn't won for a couple of years. Crown's out of the gate. Tiger Jack yet to move in. Steve Arnold riding Billy Esprit, who's $2.80. He came off a long spell. He's been very good fresh in his short career, but he came off a big break of over 70 weeks last preparation. And he's off a much shorter break, and he really looked well as he presented. Last 3 to move in. And we're nearly set. $2.70 Billy Esprit, $3.80 Show a Bit of Heart, Register 410 Osol Mio, $8.20, and Crowns at $9.20. Big day of racing with the Memsey tomorrow. Greg Miles along with all of the action on a terrific card of racing there at Caulfield. One more synthetic meeting here, and the grass track reopens on Friday the 12th of September. Now Crowns moves in, 270 Billy Esprit. They're ready. Last at Geelong. All set. Go there racing. Osol Mio first out. Billy Esprit last out. Going quickly. Register darting to the front from Osol Mio and Show a Bit of Heart. Tiger Jack on the fence. Billy Esprit a neck outside of it, and wide out easing to the rear is Crowns. Round the first bend and Register whip to the front. Left alone at the 800. Led 2 lengths Osol Mio. 1.5 away is Show a Bit of Register getting it all its own way at the moment. 1.5 lengths in front. The big horse Osol Mio strides up now to be 3/4 away. 3/4 back, Show a Bit of Heart chasing 3 deep. 2 lengths Tiger Jack, and then Billy Esprit about to pull out. In the running, Register flat to the boards but leads the way by a length. Osol Mio chasing the outside. Then came running on behind those Show a Bit of Heart, and Billy Esprit's wide out. Register grabbed by Osol Mio. Here's Show a Bit of Heart after Osol Mio. Show a Heart diving at Osol Mio, grabbed it in the shadows. And Show a Bit of Heart beats Osol Mio. Photo third, Register or Billy Esprit, Tiger Jack, and Crowns last in.
Well, I had to sit on the other two today and hadn't won for a while, and nobody wanted to back it on track, but it's just defied that drift, and it's come late and rolled Osolomia, who today had something to chase and did pick up Register and drew away from it. And then it was a sitting shot late for Show a Bit of Heart for Damien Lane and Darren Weir, and it gets up and rolls Osolomia. And it'll be a photo between Register.
Yeah, photo, but nice run all the same. Let's get you off to Alexandra Park Race 4 and the next of our invited drivers series races.
Reflected by the fixed odds and the tote market. We've got a $5 favourite here with My Mum's a Star. $5 on the book, $5 on the tote. The Scruff, $3.50 on the book, but getting far better on the tote at $5.10. Creamy, last start winner. Steps up in grade tonight, $5.40, and also money for Lockie Brogden and Tibjorn. My top tip at around about $10. Very tricky race number 4 tonight. The Dilmar invited drivers handicap trot. Can tell you, Blair Orange on 3, Tony Hurley on 3, Zach Butcher on 3, Mark Jones on 2 at this stage in the drivers. Of course, North versus South, North on 7, South on 5 at this stage. Early stages in the drivers' challenge. My top tip here is number 8. It dropped slightly back in grade tonight. It raced in a good field last start, the 3 to 5 trotters. Back to a C1 tonight. What you get with him is good manners. 99% of the time he trots all the way. He puts himself in the race and he's always competitive. There's a few here that are not in that category. He's a great each way price at around about $10. Horse number 8, Tibjorn. This one for Bernie Lim, trained by Richard Brosnan. And Peter Ferguson, the captain of the North, gave it a decent push on trackside last night with Mark Cookson. 4, My Mum's a Star, the main danger. Rick May takes the drive for Steve Cornwall. Steve's only ever got a few in work and does a really good job with the limited team that he's got. And this one, formerly trained in the South Island, the mare by Earl, now in the North for the Lukes. And I thought she's racing really well. Good second behind Dragon Lady. Prior to that behind Easy Empress, and Rick May will suit this mare. One run at her is her go, and I think off the front tonight she's got to be a clear danger. For me, outside the top 2, 5, Brookby Prince, and 9, the Scruff. Dream Vacation, the Group 1 performer in Martina H. So 9, the Scruff, got to go in the mix. For me, it's 8, 4, 5 and 9 in race number 4 tonight. 2 minutes out from the 4th, Aaron, as I come to you. Tikauau, very impressive in the last. Very tricky race, though, this, race number 4.
Yeah, it certainly is, Craig. And yes, Takawa, he will go through the grades, make no bones about that. Dilmar invited drivers trot here, 2,700 metres and 9, 4, 5 and 2. The Scruff, he's trotting well. Dylan Ferguson's handled him beautifully in his last 2 wins down there at Cambridge in early August, mid-August here. Philip Butcher with the invited drivers to do the driving. I think he can put the hat-trick together for Graham Rogerson and Peter Blanchard. 4, My Mum's a Star. Gee, she's done a great job since moving across to Steve Cornwall's barn. Ricky May, the Southern captain, to drive. 5, Brookby Prince was a tough third last time. Jimmy Curtin. 2, Creamy, nice winner. Fresh up mid-August, and Blair Orange. 9, 4, 5 and 2 to open a treble for me here, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Race number 4, of course, over the 2,700 metres. Ruby Castle, and this one trained by Michelle Wallace. And if you do that and she gets a card into the race, she can really let down with a really good 200-metre dash at them. And I think Jared O'Reilly, if he can get her a little bit of cover, agree with Aaron, she wouldn't be the worst chance in race number 4 tonight, Ruby Castleton. She's not the worst, and her record says that she's probably a better horse over a shorter trip, but given the small field tonight, and there's not a lot of depth in this field, I thought number 10, Ruby Castleton, probably the best of the rest in race number 4 tonight. Bookmakers through from them tonight. Well, they haven't got off to the best of starts. Tikauau was obviously backed in from that 145 quote. And, of course, Peace of My Heart earlier in the program was the subject of a couple of large investments. I think they took around about $6,000 on Peace of My Heart in race number 1 at around about that $2.10 quote. Later in the program, where's the punters placed their money? Just a Delight in race number 8. Large investment on that, and Huey Green in the last, 5,000.
And the last quartet on the 20 metres, Equilate, Tourbillon, Unruly, the Scruff and Ruby Castleton. The final instructions to the drivers. Thanks, Craig. Dilmar invited drivers. This Heat 3 of the Island of Origin Series 2014. And the Square Gators face up to starter Frank Field. To a gallop after 50 metres. Lilura Invasion first away over Creamy. There followed Sastry, My Mum's a Star, settling down in fifth Equilay. Then Brookby Prince Tourbillon as they hit the first corner of the showgrounds turn. About 3 lengths away in the field, Ruby Castleton. The scruff has her back. And after that early gallop, Lockie Brogden detached by some 15 to 20 lengths. So they sweep across the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane. Lilura Invasion and the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Away by 2, Creamy Blair Orange in the trail. 3 back the inside, My Mum's a Star, Ricky May, the Southern captain. Moving forward on the outside is Sastry and Double D Dexter Dunn. In the 1-1 is Equilay and Zach Butcher. Back on the inside, Brookby Prince at the judge with 2 circuits left to go for Jimmy Curtin. To its outside, Tourbillon. And the Northern team captain and Peter Ferguson. 2 lengths away in the field to Ruby Castleton, Gerard O'Reilly. The scruff and Philip Butcher. And a long margin away then to Lockie Brogden and Tony Hurley after that early gallop. Now, there was a gallop up at the 1900 and that was Creamy. And she's now gone back to the tail end of the group as they trot up into the back and Sastry takes over. From Lilura Invasion, Equilay now parked around My Mum's a Star. There followed Brookby Prince on the inside, Tourbillon with 1-1 cover. Then Ruby Castleton, the scruff and Creamy. And a long margin, Lockie Brogden, 1:28 and 5 the lead time. 1,500 metres left to go as they trot off the back in the Dilmar invited drivers trot. And it is Sastry and Double D. Trotting along beautifully in front over Lilura Invasion, 2 lengths, My Mum's a Star. Equilay in company with her, 1-1 Tourbillon. Brookby Prince, 4 back on the inside. They're followed by Ruby Castleton. Coming forward now is the scruff. Been put into the race at the 1,200 metres here by Philip Butcher. And Creamy back last, 32 and 5 the opening quarter. 1,100 metres left to trot, where the leader is Sastry, the son of Continental Man. Coming up on the outside now, the scruff to sit second and parked around Lilura Invasion as they hit the stables corner. 1-1 Equilay, My Mum's a Star now, 3 back on the inside, Tourbillon to its outside, there followed Brookby Prince. Back in the field is Ruby Castleton and 2 lengths away to a Creamy. Lockie Brogden out of the contest, 800 left to go, 30 and 8 the second quarter, Sastry into the back, leads by 3/4 the scruff. Lilura Invasion's had an economical run in transit. In the 1-1 is Equilay, back on the inside then to My Mum's a Star, all dressed up, nowhere to go. Tourbillon a length off her. There followed Brookby Prince and then Ruby Castleton and Creamy. Down the back they go, 500 metres left to run. They work off the back onto the showgrounds turn their final time. And Sastry leads by 3/4. The scruff is right there, third quarter and 30.8. Waiting the passing lane, Lilura Invasion. Here's Tourbillon starting his run into the race. Then My Mum's a Star. And further back, Ruby Castleton heads for home. Sastry leads from the scruff, Lilura Invasion. Tourbillon down the outside, then My Mum's a Star. The leader Sastry, Lilura Invasion. Down the outside, Tourbillon, the scruff. My Mum's a Star on the passing lane. Many chances. Sastry, Tourbillon's closing in strongly. Sastry, Tourbillon. Northern team captain Fergie's in. Tourbillon and Peter Ferguson to beat Sastry and Double D. He'll be second. I think Lilura Invasion maybe just third for the Wizard Todd Mitchell in front of My Mum's a Star and Ricky May. They were followed then by Brookby Prince, the scruff not too far away. The run home, Tourbillon. Northern team captain Peter Ferguson gets the job done. On the Dream Vacation 6-year-old, Bernie Lim, the owner, scores nicely over Sastry. And yes, just holding third, Lilura Invasion in front of My Mum's a Star. And the scruff only about 1.25 lengths off the winner.
Special placings race 4, the Dilmar Inviter Drivers Handicap Trot. 831-495. 831-495. Horse 8, Tourbillon, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:30.7. It's a mile rate of 25.6. Last 860.4, the 429.6. The margins are half neck, a half head. 831-495, race 4, the Dilmar Inviter Drivers Handicap Trot.
Dream Vacation, 6-year-old bay gelding out of Sunlamp. Win 4 at start 30. Richard Brosnan trained out of Ardmore. And Peter Ferguson, Northern team captain, gets home in the 4th and the 3rd heats of the Island of Origin series for 2014. 3 Sastry, a game run 2nd. Continental Man Scuffle, 7-year-old bay gelding, raced by GP Barrett. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett trained Waiuku, Dexter Dunn. And in for 3rd, he trained at Cambridge, and the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Number 8, Tourbillon, will return. $11.20 and $2.80. $11.20 and $2.80. 3 Sastry at $3.70, $3.70. 1 Lure Invasion, $4.80, $4.80. Quinella, $82.60. $82.60. The 4,200 and 42.30 with a carry forward of $3,224 through to race 5. 11 and 8 in the double, $9.40, $9.40. 11 and 3 concession, $8.30, $8.30. Race 5 tonight opens the $40,000 Pick 6. Good luck with your Pick 6 investments. Bets need to be on prior to 5 after 8.
From 44 track and distance, and has won them in a row leading up to this. Sweet Lies, 360, 160, a 470 and 150 favourite. Leadfoot Lenny's at 380, 165, $4 about Armed Forces out of box 4, and Inazuma at 6 and 175, box 1. Off the ballots, we've got Corborn Tomcat, who comes into box 2 here. It's long at 12s and is fresh up and not with a great form line, but fresh from box 2. Might be given some chance. Look at the money on the toe, 571.40. So it's it's just drifting now to 640, but it is light. From Alexandra Park, 8-3 and 1. Tourbillon at 11.20 and 280 over Sastre, $4,242.30. 11 and 8 the double, 9.40. 11 and 3 the concession at $8.30. Mark's numbers in this, 6, 4, 3 and 1. Let's get to you, Mark, to lead us into this one. Of course, the first leg of the quaddie as well. And I like your approach. Exponential Lily does look pretty hard, just making sure we've got the right numbers in the other races.
I was keenest on because clearly if the favourite candidates come in, would say this one's quite open actually. Mimi Brown in the next leg, Exponential Lily obviously is a hot favourite, and say Ruapehu in the last leg, then maybe you're not going to get enough to make it worthwhile, but one upset in there and maybe 2, then things are starting to look pretty good. But I think with quaddies, particularly when you're playing into a $10,000 pot, and usually the second quaddie goes over the $10,000, especially on a Friday night, then I'd be very keen to play a couple of tickets outside of the White House. Started to show some form, and I think he'll continue to improve, and I'd expect he'd jump from box 6 tonight and put himself right in the race. We shall see. The 4-dog Armed Forces, now He looked really good early on in New Zealand. His form dropped away, but he has been put aside. He's back after about a 5-6 week break. In the past, box 4 hasn't been a problem to him. I see he's up 1.7. He weighs in 33.1. He's raced that heavy before, not especially well. His wins have come from 31.8 to 32.5. He's 33.1 tonight, so just a slight concern there. But I'd still like to run with Armed Forces here. I think the freshen up will do him a fair bit of good here. 3 Sweet Lies. Well, she won last week. End of story, really. Won by 3.5 off box number 5. She hasn't gone back-to-back in Class 5 before. Out of his career, he's knocking on 5 now. He did miss out from box 1 2 starts back, but generally his record good from the inside. To the Tramps, the Wanganui Security Class 5, 305 metres gets our $10,000 guaranteed quaddy underway. Inazuma in box 1, Sweet Lies has the 3. Gold Rug there for Balcara. Stevie's Magic box 7. Second line here, Corborn Tomcat, green and white. First run for trainer Matt Roberts. Armed Forces the blue, Leadfoot Lenny the green, and Death Star the outside. Leadfoot Lenny is back tonight. Balcara the inside of that. Well back, Corborn Tomcat and Cops a check is coming across it with Death Star up towards the corner. They come, and it's Armed Forces from out wide. Sweet Lies. Armed Forces beat Sweet Lies. Inazuma third. Fourth to go by would have been Balcara, then Stevie's Magic. Further back in the race, then we had Death Star, Leadfoot Lenny never in the hunt, and Corborn Tomcat last. Armed Forces carried that extra body condition no problem tonight. Got underneath Sweet Lies, who ran wide in the straight. And Inazuma next best in here. Good work from the Ahern camp here. Freshening him up and getting a long overdue win. He hasn't won since February the 21st, which for a dog of his ability is quite surprising. Sweet Lies a leg to the lead, but Armed Forces was too close for comfort. Balcara getting a run up underneath Inazuma. Leadfoot Lenny did not jump Forces. Sweet Lies second, so another pretty fair run from her. Inazuma third ahead of Balcara. Fourth win tonight for the Ahern camp as we watch them head on, run towards that first bend with good speed here. The 3 and the 4 setting up the race effectively. In the end, 4, 3, 1, 5, then 7, 6, 8. Dog by Magic Sprite out of Lagoon Whisper, raced by Sharon Webster. Lisa Ahern at Palmerston North, win number 4 tonight. Overall, this dog's won 14 from 60, but it was an overdue success tonight. Fresh up. Race 10, happy 60th Ray Udy. He drives the lure. Class 4 and 5 race over 520 metres. It's a quality field, Aidan, underway at 8:16.
Yeah, full dog home in the first of the quad as well. Get that one wrapped up shortly, and we're not too far from getting you back to Alexandra Park as well. 4, 3 and 1 Armed Forces at 550, 180. Sweet Lies at 130, and Inazuma at 210. The Quadella 850 trifecta, $76.80 in the first 4 of 4, 3, 1 and 5, and that returns $359.80.
Pedigree is everything. Mark III son Sir Lincoln, down under's some beach somewhere, has a sire's pedigree.
The leader is Sir Lincoln out by 2. It's Sir Lincoln down from the North Island. He's holding the anvils in the Sire Stakes final. Sir Lincoln is clear. It's all Sir Lincoln.
A sensational performance from Barrier 15. Sir Lincoln, all class in 155 and 3. Sir Lincoln, the Sire Stakes for Lincoln Farms.
21 and 480. 6 Voluntad, Joshua Dickey, 241.50. 7 Pacific Rapture, J. Abernathy, 14 and 450. Hot Mark, number 8. David Butcher, $8.82.10. Scratch 9 and 10. 11 Handlebar Hank and Todd Mitchell, 10.50 and 2.30. Double pull currently at 2,000. Place 6 at 4,500. We chase 40,000 and pick 6. Good luck with your bets. 10 minutes of betting time available.
Welcome back here to TB Trackside 1 on, well, it's a pretty useful night of harness racing out of Alexandra Park as well, and the Drivers' Series North versus South, and we'll give you an update on points on that shortly as well. But pick 6 there tonight as well, and our man to go through the form is Craig Thompson. Craig, how easy is it tonight?
I think it's very achievable tonight, Aidan. Don't like to short on the first leg. There's a $2 favourite here in Voluntad, and I think deserves to be favoured. I don't know about the $2, but She was very, very good at Cambridge first up in the hands of Tony Cameron in the junior drivers race. Really got home well. I think she's the one to beat. I thought from the inside, Aidan, you need Walk of Fame for Tony Hurley. Definite chance. Hot Mac would be my best roughie in the race, and Handlebar Hank. So I thought in the first leg we could get away with runners 6-1 Handlebar Hank. 2 roughies in the first leg. Second leg of pick 6 tonight. I know this is for the trotters. Going here for number 7, Bruno Palliard for me. Zach Butcher takes the drive, and talking to Zach earlier in the night, very confident this horse will do it right. He's up for a bonus tonight if he can win. Thought Dragon Lady, she's probably better suited to a shorter trip, but she's racing very well. Small field will aid her chances tonight. I thought Star Filly, probably the best roughie in the race. Mark Jones drives at $15. And if you were to go a little bit wider, tonight, I mark them 7, 9, 2 and 5. Sometimes you like to go a little bit wider in the trot. Third leg of pick 6 tonight, and this is for the C1 paces. Jack Aland been short all afternoon, 2:20 at the moment. He's come north, formerly trained in the south by Mark Jones. He's now with Tony Hurley for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate, and he's going to be very hard to beat. His run in the north was good behind Party. Boy's drawn nicely. 2,700 should suit. In saying that, I don't think he's an anchor. He's one of those horses that seem to find one better every time. For me, I think it's a leg I'd want to go a little bit wide in. I do like Buick's between races. Freshened her up. Her form leading into that race at Cambridge was great. Big chance of redeeming itself here, Russian Al Sue. And Smiling Tact, if you want a blowout in pick 6 tonight, she galloped at the 800 at Cambridge last start when travelling quite nicely, and I thought she's another one that's suited to 2,700 metres. So that's a leg open to an upset. Jack Alen will run through most people's pick 6 in the third leg. The mare by Better's Delight, she was outstanding behind Pacific Rapture last start, came from a long way back. She's to the second row. She punches through on the back of Kate Katarina. I think she'll get the right run, and I think she'll win tonight. Race number 8, horse number 10, Just Delight, one of my bets of the day. Dangers, I thought Rip Roaring's racing very well. Party Boy's been in great form, and you can never leave out the Barry Purdon train runners, and has that man Dexter Dunn aboard, the country's leading driver. I marked them 10, 4, 3 and 8. I rated 10, Just a Delight, a special tonight in the fourth leg of pick 6. Race 9, fifth leg for the trotters. I think it's a leg impossible 2 here. Leanne's Boy was great last start at Alexandra Park and winning for Paul Green. I think he'll continue on his winning way. Leanne's Boy, Sun Shield. Andrew Neal's already had a winner tonight. This horse has been in great form. Lynn Neal takes the drive. I think one of those two will take out the fifth leg of pick 6. If you wanted to go wider, Moment of Truth, the old boy, he trialled up nicely here on Saturday. And Sunny Vake, a horse that's making its fresh up appearance tonight as a 3-year-old. Very good as a 2-year-old, this bloke. He's been put away. His trial form here on Saturday was outstanding. He beat race rival She Don't Love Me. Came off his back here on Saturday and roared past him. It was a lovely trial. Indicated to me tonight that he's pretty forward. And the money suggests today, opening at 2, Love Me, 4 Sirius Star. And I did give 6 Percy Jones an outside chance for Jeff Small. Did a suggested pick 6 tonight, Aidan, for a $24 spin. First leg 1, 6, 8 and 11. Second leg 2, 7 and 9. Third leg 2, 3, 4, 5 and 7. Anchor Just a Delight in the fourth leg. 6 and 7 in the fifth leg. And 7 and 8 in the last. $24. And that'll give you a $20 spin and probably a decent run into pick 6 tonight.
Yeah, good on you, Craig. That's it's nice, $24, and just to like our anchor, we're getting it wide and that tricky third leg, and we're coming home with a 6 and 7, 7 and 8. So yeah, we like that. The next to go, that's race 5 out of Alexandra Park. Next up, and this one is the Magnus Benro Fisher and Peichel Mobile Pace. It's a class 1 and 2 to kick us off in this place 6 as well. Won't be too far from getting back to Craig as well to lead us into it. Voluntard, 230, 135, 260 and 160 for Josh Dickey, and the Walk of Fame, 350, 120 at 380 and 120. Tony Hurley. I guess the draw, Craig, does bring Walk of Fame into it, but Voluntard will take a lot of benefit out of that first up run.
It's a tricky front line, this race, Aidan, because there's gate speed here from runners 1, 2, 6 and 7. Plenty of pressure on this race. Walk of Fame was good in winning first up, and saying that it was a maiden field, and not an overly strong maiden field. They went 47 in that. She'll probably have to go around about 44 or 45 to win tonight. So she's got the right draw to get the right trip, but she's going to have to lift a game, and this is a significant grade tonight that she faces racing on horses that have won 2 and 3 races. Josh Dickey, I caught up with him earlier in the night, and this is what he had to say about the favourite 6 of Voluntard. Josh Voluntar goes round tonight, went round the junior drivers race at Cambridge. Gee, it rounded off its race nicely. She looks like a horse that's come back very well.
Yeah, she has. She's got a lot stronger this year. Her races last season were very tidy. She took a while to get going, but, you know, when the penny dropped, you know, she was certainly away then. This last week was, you know, she's a little bit unlucky, probably a bit stiff not to win the race, but, you know, that's racing. But, you know, she's pretty forward tonight, and I think she'll be pretty hard to beat.
On the odd occasion, she can get a little bit keen. I noticed in a race at Cambridge, she seems to settle pretty well. Is it just an extra year on her now that she's just starting to do it right?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that's all we can put it down to. She was a wee bit field shy last time in, and as you say, can get a bit keen, but she seemed to get through that. She's taken a few workouts. I'm not sure why, but, you know, each workout she's got better and better. But, you know, this is a mare that, you know, she's going to be a nice mare in time as well. And, you know, she's sort of me. You wouldn't be surprised if she's in a race like the Queen of Hearts one day, because she's, you know, she's got a bit of ability, yeah.
Josh Dickey with his thoughts on stable rep Voluntard when he says, listen, hey, maybe in 12 months' time we might see her in a race like the Queen of Hearts. You have to take note of that. She's only a limited start, so she is a 6-year-old mare, but obviously she's had unsoundness problems, or a few problems, because she's only raced on 9 occasions and done a very good job to date, winning on 2 of them and been placed on 2 others. So the mare by Real Desire, Voluntard, deserves to be favourite. No anchor in pick 6 tonight, but I think she can win. I think the best value in the race, if I was sitting back at the TAB now and having a look at what can pay well, I thought Hot Mac, absolutely beautiful for a 4th placing in Everlasting Grace. He gave it a great sit in the 1-1 and just didn't quite find the line. I think Hot Mac's a horse that you got to drive cold and one run at them, and he's been in great form. This one by Mac 3 out of Warm Soak for Jeff Small, and the race may unfold pretty well for him because there's a lot of speed. If they go hard, he can sit back, he can get over the top of them here. And as I say, at around about that $7 or $8 quote, I thought 8 Hot Max the best value in the race. I marked them 6 to beat 1, 8 and 11 in race number 5. We'll pop upstairs to Aaron, catch his thoughts on the first leg of pick 6 tonight. I thought Voluntar was good at Cambridge, probably got one spot too far back, but boy, it was a nice run in the hands of Tony Cameron last Thursday night, Aaron.
It was always going to be a tricky draw to cope with there too, Craig, inside second row. If it had drawn anywhere bar there, probably would have won at Cambridge fresh up, because its workout run here prior to that, running 2:44, was very good. So certainly has to be in the mix, although I've gone for the 1-win horse and Walk of Fame. 1 start, 1 win. The Better's Delight filly, I thought she did a professional job for Tony Hurley. Draws nicely here. 6 Voluntad, yes, certainly well in the mix with the front row draw. 11 Handlebar Hank gets into 1 the second line with the 2 scratchings off the back. We'll get a nice run from there. And the 8 Hot Mark, there's a nice tempo on. Look for him to be running on ultra consistent son of Mark 3. 1, 6, 11 and 8. Good luck with your pick 6 investments tonight.
Yes, get involved. Just took about 20 seconds to the first leg of pick 6 tonight. Of course, it is the Magnus Benroe Fisher and Paykel Mobile.
21.30. 8 Hot Mark, 7.50, 1.90. Thanks, Craig. First leg of pick 6, place 6 into double to open here on race number 5. As we chase down that $40,000 pool in pick 6. So they work into the lane under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Race 5. Magnus Benroe, Fisher and Paykel Mobile. Green light is up. They're often pacing. Voluntad, Pacific Rapture. They charge off the Mobile gate, and they're locked in a great battle in the early stages as they find the stables corner. 2 lengths Sparkling Collect back on the inside. Walk of Fame. 3 or 4 lengths Handlebar Hank. Now Voluntad's pacing roughly on the first corner here. The favourite may have galloped for a couple of strides. Has come away from the markers. Walk of Fame gets underneath her. Beyond midfield now as I Am the One. Back there too was McRoyal. They're followed by Atomic Jet and a Hot Mark. The early burn is good. Through the back and Voluntad now to take over from Pacific Rapture. Lead time should be a goodie, and it will be in around 42.2. Coming forward now to sit Park Sparkling Collect. Back on the inside Pacific Rapture. Sparkling Collect as they work the showgrounds turn, looking for the lead off Voluntad, and Voluntad doesn't want to hand it up here. They're followed Handlebar Hank's got away from the inside. inside to have 1-1 cover. Then came Walk of Fame. I Am the One, 2 lengths away in the field, McRoyal. Back in the field then to Atomic Jet, and Hot Mark is just biding his time on what is a good tempo in front as they swing into the lane. 1,200 left to go. 32 into the opening quarter. Magnus Benroe, Fisher and Paykel pace, and Voluntad lead. Sparkling Collect, Pacific Rapture coming away from the 1-1. Handlebar Hankett, the bell's coming forward. They're followed by Walk of Fame. I Am the One comes forward 3 wide as they fight Voluntad and Joshua Dickey over Handlebar Hank coming up 3 wide. I Am the One. Second quarter in 31 seconds. Back on the inside then Pacific Rapture. There followed the centre Sparkling Collect. Atomic Jet caught 3 wide but has cover. Walk of Fame back on the inside. Trapped away 3 back on the markers. McRoyal to her outside and Hot Mark on the back of Atomic Jet back last. 500 to go. Voluntad and Handlebar Hank, they come off the back together. Out 3 wide. I Am the One. They're followed then by Pacific Rapture, Sparkling Collect, Atomic Jet. Walk of Fame's got plenty to offer but nowhere to go back on the inside. Hot Mark starts to sweep around. Runners back of the tail is McRoyal. 28 and 9 the quarter down the back. Voluntad for home. Handlebar Hank back on the inside. Pacific Rapture. Here's Hot Mark down the outside and Walk of Fame deep on the passing lane. Voluntad in front. Walk of Fame, Hot Mark down the outside. Voluntad, Walk of Fame, Hot Mark down the outside. Voluntad holding on. Voluntad gets the job done. Gave favourite punters a wee bit of heart fluctuation out of the home straight first occasion, but she gets in. Walk of Fame and down the outside, Hot Mark for second and third. They were followed then by McRoyal in there with Pacific Rapture and Handlebar Hank. I Am the One. Back in the field, Atomic Jet and Sparkling Collect in 242.6. A final quarter of 28.2. First time, Walk of Fame has charged the passing lane. Hot Mark down the outside. Voluntad too brave. Walk of Fame charging late for second. Then Hot Mark, Pacific.
and 11.4. Horse 6, Voluntad, paced the 2,200 metres in 2:42.67. A mile rate of 1:59. Last 857.1. The 428.2. The margins neck, head, 3/4 of a length. 6-1-8, 7-11, 4. Race 5, the Magnus Benroe, Fisher and Paykel, mobile pace.
6 Voluntad to come back at the head of the field. Real Desire Brown, 6-year-old mare out of White Knights. Raced by breeder CB Blackwell. John and Joshua Dickey trained at Clevedon. Joshua Dickey back at the head of the field. Career win 3 at start 10. Clive Ross and Earl Mander down there part of the victory celebrations with the win of Voluntad. Auckland Trotting Club steward, a 3-year-old filly raced by CJ Roberts. Tony Hurley trained at Papakura. And Tony driving. 8 Hot Mark for third. Mark 3 Bay, 4-year-old Entire out of Warm Soak. LT Henwood the owner. Jeff Small trained at Patamahoe. And David Butcher. Totes won't be too far away from race 5. Pick 6 after the first leg, 28,355.44. 28,355.44. Voluntad number 6 at 251.30. Tuesday 360. Trifecta $25.70. 25.70. First 4 $114.60. 114.60.
Back in the field then by Always Welcome and Corborn War up to the corner. Mammy Brown in front. Over on the outside, Ritza Danny and Royal Runner down the outer. Mammy Brown seen it through from Ritza Danny. Royal Runner third. Corborn War got to fourth.
Yeah, not bad from Mammy Brown and in pretty good form. Mark, the question is, can it make it 3 straight in this?
Yeah, she certainly can, Aidan. I'm back on her bandwagon. She dropped back to Class 4, which is surprising. She stayed in Class 4 for quite some time, which was even more surprising. Now she's back in form. She's right up to this grade. There are some strong finishes in here, so she'd want to be in front on the bunny. And with a wee bit to spare over the likes of Way Too Crude, Indiana Izmir, if they were able to get fairly close. Ritza Denny wasn't far off her last week, but he does have box number 5. He's placed a couple of times out of there. He's only had 1 box 5 in New Zealand, this dog, Ritza Denny. He ran 3rd last month in a not a bad field. But Mammy Brown, number 3, she's the favourite. $2, quite short. 6, Always Welcome. Just a run in that race last week from Always Welcome. 1 of 4 for Lisa Ahern, along with Mammy Brown, Ritza Denny, Wallace Ladd. But the prior form from it's Always Welcome, very good. 2nd in a heat of the Wanganui Cup and then 4th in that Group 1 final. So prepared to go with him again. The 8 Way Too Crude won the Wanganui Cup Consolation 2 starts back and then ran 4th at Manawa 2. Now, he's a dog that does stand him up a bit of a start as a rule, but by gee, he can finish. Indiana Izmir off the inside's also a strong dog. Now, he's not the quickest away, but he can punch through at the first bend. He's had 3 starts, box 1 for 3 misses, but 2 of those were at Manukau and 1 at Cambridge. Different kettle here, and he could get dangerous if he gets handy mid-race. Ritza Danny, well, his best effort tends to come from the inside 2 boxes, but with a little luck, he's certainly got the ability. The Class 4s, they've got a tough time of it here. Wallace Ladd's been competitive in Class 4 and 5. Magic Arrow's only recently up from Class 3, so tough for him. And Trident, an interesting runner, 520 metres first time in New Zealand, actually cut across to the lead at the first bend and then ran 3rd behind Magic Arrow. Has had 2 sprints since, did win 1 of those. Found the line okay on Monday, over 375 metres. We took over start time, first leg of the last treble. To the boxes for the happy birthday Ray Udy. 60 on Tuesday, 520 metres, the Class 4s and 5s. Indiana Izmir. Mammy Brown box 3 will wear the white rug. Don't be put off by what's on the lids here. Ritza Denny the gold. Trident out in box 7. Second line, Wallace Ladd, Magic Arrow, Always Welcome and Way Too Crude. The man himself rolls the lure. Round it comes up to the boxes. We're set to break race 10. Racing, Mammy Brown's bounded well. Indiana Izmir, not a bad beginning here. And Ritza Denny, Magic Arrow go forward as well. Wider out on the track going into the first bend. There would have been Trident with Always Welcome's been flushed back towards the rear of the field alongside of Magic Arrow and Wallace Ladd. Where's Way Too Crude? He's got up to 4th. Down the back goes Mammy Brown. Indiana Izmir and Way Too Crude could be his problems. Ritza Denny is still there too. Then Trident further back to Always Welcome, Magic Arrow. As they work up towards the corner here, Mammy Brown in front. Indiana Izmir charges the outside. Mammy's seen it through from Indiana Izmir, Way Too Crude. Ritza Denny 4th to go by. Further back in the race then we would have had Magic Arrow, not a bad effort. Behind those runners then we had Trident. Always Welcome was well back with Wallace Ladd. Mammy Brown, she's had to be good tonight. Both Indiana Izmir and Way Too Crude look too close for comfort, but she's just been too fast. And makes it 5 for the night for Lisa Ahern. In front here, Indiana Izmir, he was handy throughout this dog. Way Too Crude when he got to 4th down the back straight, thought he might round them up, but he hasn't been able to. And Ritza Denny holding down 4th. Mammy Brown, too good. Indiana Izmir gets within about a half a length at the line, and Way Too Crude pegs down 3rd. Good line up in behind, wasn't it, between the 4, the 7, the 6 for those minors, and Jack and Peter will have to sort those out, which might take them a wee bit of time, but they're not dividend-bearing places. Off the lids, Mammy Brown straight to the front. Indiana Izmir dangerously close there at the first bend. Way Too Crude was at the back, but got underneath Magic Arrow, Wallace Ladd and company. Trident. And I thought in the back straight might be able to launch an attack, but never really looked a winning chance. Mammy Brown travelling too well, and Indiana Izmir. And Lisa Ahern has now prepared 5 winners for the night. Officials not yet through, so we'll pass those to you down the line. But no doubt about the winner, Mammy Brown here, Aidan, in race number 10. Race number 11 on the card. Class 5 sprinters due to go at 8:42.
Thanks for that, Mark. And yet the winning run continues of Mammy Brown. Another good performance. It was a little bit tight, but yeah, this greyhound's done the job admirably there at Hattrick Raceway. Have it wrapped up for you shortly. We're not too far away from getting you back. The galleries tonight. Mammy Brown gets to the top of the dice. Our result not quite through, so we're going to take a short break here on TAB Trackside 1. We'll come back with the result and the lead-up to the next from Alexandra Park.
EasyGo fully electric four-wheel drive utility carts are tough. EasyGo four-wheel drive utilities are perfect for lifestyle, recreation, stable, farm and stud requirements, all with zero emissions. Born in the USA, these trusted vehicles have been in production for over 50 years. EasyGo is built on the very best service, backup and support. EasyGo four-wheel drive.
Bruno Pollard and Zach Butcher, 281.60. Ace Moment unruly off 20. Number 8, Ricky May, 692.50. 9, Dragon Lady, also unruly from 20. Jared O'Reilly at 5.40 and $1.80. Good luck with your investments in race 6, the Dwayne Ranger. Happy 50th birthday. This is the third leg of our second treble. We'll just see if we can track down those will pays for you as well. 8 and 6 to be live. Torbjorn and Voluntad. And as soon as we get those will pays...
Welcome back here to TAB Trackside 1, and what are we, just about the beginning of September, not too far away from the start of spring, and spring means spring racing, all the cups, the carnivals, and how Terra to Love is progressing towards that goal.
Well, Paul, it's somewhat of familiar territory these days. What's the feeling around the stable? Is it pretty similar to most other build-ups to the Cup?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I think we all get pretty excited about it, but you know, it's the same as previous years. So just hope for the best and everything.
Is that made? And I suppose the most logical one is he's had a longer break.
Yeah, slightly longer, and he's been out earlier. So he's actually had about 5 weeks, I think, and he's just done a lot of strong work, jogging, and so he's got the foundation there anyway.
A little bit more weight on as well to the eye. I know this might seem remarkable, but he looks stronger.
Yeah, he's put on a few kegs, and yeah, Dad's pretty happy with him, and he looks really good.
Preparation-wise, Paul, the same path for the 3 Cup wins thus far, couple of trials, I think 3 runs the first year, and then, or 4 runs it might have been, and 3 runs subsequently the following 2 years. Why would you change that if for any reason it's not broken?
That's right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you know, that's the same path, and if anything, we might be able to get one.
You're looking for out of that first trial run from him?
Oh, he'll probably just set him in behind and just let him follow them around, and just let each trial progress him forward as they come to him.
Race day wise, the Avon City Ford Cups, where he's been at the last couple of years or last 3 years, and performed each time in that race, even in the first year where he finished 6th or 7th position. It's always a great pipe opener for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good starting point, and it's the same scenario as the trials. We like to let each race.
A lot of the good pundits suggest that it didn't have as much depth in New Zealand Cup as previous years. That's not going to be the case this year.
No, there's plenty of depth there, and you know, it's the same scenario every year. You know, you get a lot of nominations, and by the time it comes to the crunch, there's a few that have fallen by the wayside. So you know, it's always a hard race to win, and it doesn't matter what's put in front of you, you've still got to beat them.
It's been almost a couple of decades since the All-Stars stable of Mark Purden and now Natalie Rasmussen have won a New Zealand Cup. They've got a 5-pronged attack for this year's Cup. I guess amongst the likes of Chris and me and Lockerburn, who was fantastic the other night, there's plenty to think about, isn't there?
Definitely. You know, he's a force to be reckoned with. He had 5 in it a couple of years ago, I think. And but you know, you can, like I say, you can only beat what's in front of you.
Confidence levels from your father. He's not a man of many words, but I just sense that he's really comfortable with where this horse is at, building into this potentially a record-breaking 4th New Zealand Cup win.
Yeah, he's really happy. You know, he drives and work, and you know, we don't no point swapping and changing drivers all the time. And like I say, he's real happy with him.
Good luck in the next few weeks. No doubt we'll get plenty of opportunities to have a chat to you, but all things pointing towards the second Tuesday in November seem to be on track.
Yeah, fingers crossed everything goes smoothly between now and then.
It is still Terra to Love. He's going to do it. It is the greatest Cup win of all time.
He said, bring the house down if he could do it again, wouldn't he? Tear it to love, and what a performance in last year's Cup. Just remarkable after losing all that ground at the start, and still to a futures bet for the New Zealand Cup with the TRB bookmakers. Tear it to love to win at $3, just a slight tighten from $3.05. Chris and me, $3.40 and staying solid. Adore Me's on the drift, $3.45 out to $5.50, and any other individual horse Quinn. I'm not too sure. Craig, you might have an update. What are the chances of the mighty Quinn coming across from Australia?
Well, Aidan, he's been nominated for the last 2 or 3 years and hasn't made it here. It'd be a huge attraction if we get him here. He's just been in wonderful form, and it had so much interest to the race. We've got a great cup field this year with the likes of Tear It Alive chasing his 4th New Zealand Cup, and Chris and Me was outstanding, winning it to Addington last week. You've got Adore Me, who had a wonderful season last year, and plenty of depth in the nominations this year. We know they can fall away, Aidan, but let's hope we get a supersonic field and some Australian interest with the likes of For a Reason and the mighty Quinn. Now, next at Alexandra Park, a highlight for a journalist here tonight, Dwayne Ranger. His 50th birthday, and the Auckland Trotting Club have named this race the Dwayne Ranger 50th birthday handicap.
Huge, mate. Yeah, absolute privilege to work for the Auckland Trotting Club. I had some nice presents for my 50th birthday, but this is the best. This is the best by a long way. I thought it might have been the Dwayne Ranger Memorial. I'll see it from heaven one day, but no, this is the best. And I've been telling everyone in the world about this, and got a few friends out here, a few friends from the cricket club and from work and everywhere. So I'm really indebted to the Auckland Trotting Club and Kevin and all the staff there for making it happen.
Dwayne, you've been a journalist for 29 years, 10 with the Waikato Times, 10 with Sunday News. You've seen a lot going on in harness racing at the moment, but things are up and up at the moment, aren't they?
Oh, it's just fantastic. I'm also privileged to be able to just hard for in the newspaper, but now you can go on the internet and our stories are everywhere, and I know Mum reads them, so I hope other people are too.
You're doing a great job at the Auckland Trotting Club at the moment. You're right into your cricket at the moment. Tell me how many years you've been playing?
I'm about to start my 40th season, mate. I was hoping you'd ask this. That cricket and trotting, hopefully one day there might be a cricket bat and a little whip on my coffin. But yeah, I've already had 33 half centuries, so this is probably number 34, so it's good.
Now, after the race tonight, you'll be in the birdcage, and I understand you brought your cricket bat along?
I brought my beloved cricket bat. I'm going to look up at Aaron White and I'm going to go, he's our Don Bradman, he's our... Yeah, definitely will.
Good on you, mate. New Zealand Cup time, we're not that far away. What's your early pick?
Oh, I love to see the girls win the big races. I've got 2 beautiful daughters, and I'd love to see the beautiful girl from down south, Adore Me, win it. I really think that she's quite sensational. I saw Blossom Lady win the Cup, and I'd love this girl to win it.
Pleasure having you on track tonight, and well done with your 50th birthday. You certainly don't look 50, and I hope you have a good night.
Oh, always a pleasure, and I love your work too, Craig.
Dwayne Ranger, 50th birthday. I can tell you, Aidan Rodley, he doesn't look 50. He's doing a great job with the Auckland Trotting Club. He's working here on 2 or 3 days a week, and with Harness Racing New Zealand as well, and writes some very, very good stories, and certainly does a great job with the club. Race number 6 tonight, it is the Dwayne Ranger 50th handicap trot. I caught up with Zach Butcher earlier in the night, and this is what he said about Bruno Palliard. Zach, one of your better drives tonight, Bruno Palliard.
You got options with him. Probably not a step up, just the same fields he's been racing, so there's no reason to say he can't win it. And like if he gets the right runner, he gets the top easy, we'll be right there at the finish.
Of course, he's up for money bags tonight, so it's a very good race to win. $12,000 stake plus the money bags. Beautifully bred trotter as well. A horse that's probably can be put in the race, 2,700 will suit tonight.
Yeah, dead right, you know. And as I said, the last couple of times he's been around, he has been put in the race and done a little bit of work and still finished off, which is good. And Derek's going to have him spot on tonight. And as you say, money bags, everything's up, and he can make $1. So hopefully we drive him properly and get the money.
Yeah, I think you're driving properly. He's driving well, Zach. He's already had a winner tonight with Tikau. This one, a Son of Dream Vacation out of the very good race mare in Cordon Rouge. And
red light on for the Dwayne Ranger 50th birthday invited drivers trot. As the runners are on their way now on the Dwayne Ranger 50th birthday invited drivers handicap trot, and they all come away safely here, and coming out to first will be Amy's Invasion. I Got Rhythm goes up into the lead now as they find the first corner. They're followed by Tarn. Back over on the inside, Kip Kano. Just getting ahead of that was Getaway Doug. There's 5 lengths away then to Bruno Pollard. Star Philly trotting roughly on the inside. They're followed Ace Moment, and Dragon Lady will be the last as they sweep across the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane. So down they come, and I Got Rhythm, and Blair Orange leads, but Tarn coming up strongly now for Philip Butcher, looks to take over. 2100 left to go. There's 4 lengths away Amy's Invasion and the Iceman Tony Hurley. They followed Getaway Doug and Todd Mitchell. Back on the inside then Kip Kano and Scott Phelan at the judge with 2 to make. Galloping out the back was Star Philly. Now there's a good 8 to 10 lengths away Bruno Pollard to the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Further back in the field then to Ace Moment on the stables corner, and Southern Captain Ricky May. Dragon Lady Gerard O'Reilly is last of the main pack, and a good 10 to 12 lengths away then to Star Philly and the Jones Boy as they trot down the back. 1700 left to go, and Tarn leads I've Got Rhythm. Amy's Invasion third, and 3 back on the inside. Getaway Doug fourth, and Park. Kip Kano on the inside of Bruno Pollard, who's got the lovely run in the 1-1 for Zach Butcher. They're followed up then by Ace Moment. Then came Dragon Lady, and still that dozen lengths away Star Philly. 1:26 and 5 was the lead time. So they sweep across the showgrounds turn, with all the folk here looking at the Cirque du Soleil tonight as well under the big top at Alexandra Park. And Tarn leads coming to the lane over I Got Rhythm. Amy's Invasion 3 back on the inside. Up over on the outside Park, and still in fourth is Getaway Doug, with back on the inside Kip Kano. Bruno Pollard trots nicely in the 1-1. Ace Moment tracks that forward. In turn on the back of that is Dragon Lady, and 8 lengths away then to Star Philly. 32 and 7 was the opening quarter at the bell of the Dwayne Ranger 50th birthday invited drivers trot, and they work the stables corner their final time. It's Tarn over I've Got Rhythm. Up on the outside Getaway Doug. Amy's Invasion 3 back on the inside. Bruno Pollard into the back goes Tarn, a length and a half right on its back. I've Got Rhythm doing everything right tonight. Getaway Doug third, and Park fourth, and 3 back on the inside. Amy's Invasion. Bruno Pollard, no excuses for him. He's had a gorgeous run in transit. Back on the inside to Kip Kano. They're followed then by Ace Moment. Back in the field as they turn off the back, Dragon Lady and Star Philly. 4:50 left to go. Where the leader still is Tarn. The quarter down the back, and 31.6. On its back is I've Got Rhythm. Here's Bruno Pollard out of the 1-1. Then Getaway Doug, Ace Moment, Dragon Lady to the outside. Then Amy's Invasion homeward bound. Tarn, Bruno Pollard closing in strongly. 200 left to go. Ace Moment down the outside. I've Got Rhythm on the passing lane, and Dragon Lady. Bruno Pollard with Ace Moment on the inside. I've Got Rhythm. It's Bruno Pollard in front. I've Got Rhythm coming strongly the inside, and Ace Moment, they hit it. I've Got Rhythm, and the postman gets 2 for the night. Blair Orange in second over. Bruno Pollard and Zach Butcher, and down the outside Ace Moment, Ricky May, he'll get third. They were followed in by Kip Kano, Dragon Lady, Amy's Invasion, back Star Philly, Tarn, and galloping in the home straight Getaway Doug to be one of the last, and 3:32 off the front. 29.4 was the quarter for home, and I Got Rhythm. Blair Orange for Ronnie Lauren gets through on the inside of Bruno Pollard to just edge clear on the line to take the Dwayne Ranger 50th birthday invited drivers trot. Bruno Pollard, gutsy run second. Zach Butcher, Ace Moment not far away, and his race taken nicely by I Got Rhythm, as he has got rhythm too.
Three 1 4 7 8 9 3 1. Horse 4, I Got Rhythm, trotted the 2700 metres from a stand in 3:32.02. It's a mile rate of 26.3. Last 861.1 and the 429.4. The margins are half head, a head, 2 3/4 lengths. 478.931, race 6, the Dwayne Ranger birthday handicap trot.
Number 4, I Got Rhythm, Majestic Sun, Bay, 5-year-old mare out of Aledro Agitado, raced by Mrs. V. Lauren along with MJ Lauren. Ronnie Lauren trained at Cambridge, and the postman Blair Orange comes back at the head of the field, picks up a winning double on the program tonight too. On the son of Majestic Sun, bred by the owners, back into the winner's circle, greeted by Dwayne Ranger. Again, happy birthday. He's got his cricket bat down there. There's the salute. Good salute too for the half century for Dwayne. Don't forget to log into alexpark.co.nz for all the stories with Dwayne Ranger. To find 50, I can certainly give you the tip on that. Dwayne Ranger down there, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward and live member Murray Goldsworthy, part of the victory celebrations. 7, Bruno Pollard in for second. Dream Vacation, Cordon Rouge, 5-year-old Bay Gelding. K.A. Walker, DM Gray, the owners. Zach Butcher doing the driving for Derek Ball. And the 8, Ace Moment, along with A.L. Wilson. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, and Ricky May. $3. 7, Bruno Pollard, $1.50, $1.50. And 8, Ace Moment, $1.80, $1.80. Quinella, $22.70, $22.70. Trifecta, $333.60, $333.60. And the first 4, $1,201 even, $1,201. Or treble, $381.80, $381.80. We'll give you a Pick 6 update very shortly once we get an update after 2 legs for you. That required on the ticket thus far, 6 and 4.
He's not the quickest off the lids, and we saw that there again last week, but his second phase acceleration very good. He's not slow either, but he's not the first into stride as a rule, and then he boots up, and he had to chase down Boston Blaze, who had been a fast winner the week before, so it was a pretty good effort, and they were well clear of the rest. Headed in by Narahoy, who was a chance here tonight, but was 5 lengths off Exponential Lily last week. He should do the job again. Number 2, Exponential Lily. 7 of the race, Wild as Angels. He's a nice dog who has won 12 to find trouble at that first bend, because that's where he's starting to accelerate, but he's in amongst traffic these days, whereas in the past he was getting away with it. But he's a smart dog, he's a fast dog, he's got a 1743 to his name, so he's too good to risk in terms of Trifecta's first 4s. The 4-dog Felia right out to $26 with the book, and $26 on the tote as well. Haven't given up on her. She was a pretty good third to Stella Force and Need to Chill at Palmerston North, 4 starts back. She just hasn't been picking the lids, and she can do better than that. You're always taking a risk, but if she jumps, she'll put herself right in the race. It's a big effort at the moment, but just looking for some value in behind Exponential Lily here. The 6, Narahoy, racing well since returning to Class 5. That run last week was pretty solid. The 5-dog, You're Laughing. Now, here's a dog who can ping and run. And some days he's electric from the traps. He won at Cambridge 2 back, and he steps up back to Class 5, but he has 8. But that's very close to the winning weight from 3 starts back at Cambridge at 30 kilos, so no problem there. But the problem for him's going to be getting across a field of this quality.